Now let us come to TreeSet. TreeSet is nothing but it implements navigable set based on a red black tree, which is basically a concept. So just a concept, okay, and it stores unique elements in a sorted order. Sorted, okay. When do we go with the tree set? When we want the objects or the elements to be inserted in some sorted order. It might be with respect to ascending order, or if we want to store the elements with respect to any other order that we want, we go with respect to the tree set. Tree set will help us in storing the elements in some sorting order. The default sorting order with respect to tree set is the ascending order. Okay, so now let me try to create an object with respect to a tree set. How to create? Very simple. Just we have to replace tree and set like this. Same thing. Now let me try to import it. I have created a tree set object and I have inserted few elements. Let me try to give it as TS. Okay, just an object reference that I have given with respect to tree set, and I'm trying to remove everything. And now whenever we are storing the elements in the case of tree set, we will be storing in insertion order. Okay, in insertion order we'll be storing like this with respect to ascending order. Now all the elements will be sorted. I'll tell with respect to null. Okay, nulls are not allowed in the tree set. Okay, run as Java application. See, are we getting the elements inserted in the sorted fashion? Right? The elements are sorted. Right? We are getting 1, 12. It is in ascending order. So when do we go with the tree set? We go with the tree set when we want to store the elements in some sorted order. Here the duplicates are allowed? No, the duplicates are not allowed. Okay. As we have to store the element in some sorting order, due to which null element insertion inside a tree set is not allowed. Okay, we cannot insert null element inside a tree set because we have to store the elements inside a tree set based on some sorted order. Due to which, if we are trying to store a null element, it will give us a runtime exception like this. How we got here? Run as Java application. See, now you will be getting an exception. Null pointer exception, right? Because we cannot store null elements inside a tree set. It will not allow us to store. Okay, so when to go with a hash set? We go with a hash set when insertion order is not a criteria, but duplicates are not allowed. In that case, we go with hash set. When do we go with linked hash set? When insertion order is a criteria and duplicates are not allowed. We go with linked hash set. When do we go with tree set? When we want to store the elements inside a tree set in some sorted order. By default, it will be ascending order. In that case, we go with respect to a tree set. As we are using the tree set, as we are using the set, as it don't have any inbuilt method to extract the elements like get and all, due to which we make use of iterator in order to iterate the elements. Okay, so why do we go with iterator? Because we don't have any inbuilt method to extract the elements like get, as we have in the case of list. So due to which we make use of this iterator to extract the elements from the set. Okay, and iterate each elements. So this is the use of set collection. Okay, there are few methods with respect to the set. That is, we have add, that we have seen. Remove is a method which removes the element if present. Contains is basically used to check the set that contains the element or not. Okay, Size is returns number of elements. Size is the normal size, that number of elements that is present or not. For example, like this. Okay, suppose we have this particular element, right? So what I will do, I'll use this. See, I'll try to make use of println statement and ts dot size. Size is basically used to print the number of elements that are present. How many elements we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 elements we have, right? And nulls are not allowed, so I will not add null in the case of TreeSet. Now how many elements we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if we remove duplicates, we have to remove the duplicate. So 1 is the duplicate, sorry, 12 is the duplicate value. So except 12, how many values we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what should the size print me? It should print me 7. Like this, right? So the size is a method that used to print the number of elements present in that particular set object. Now if I am using contains, it is used to check whether that particular element present inside the object. Now 128, is 128 present inside a tree set? We have, so this will return as true. Like this. If suppose I am printing 888, do we have 888 here? We don't have, right? So it does not contain which object? TS object. TS object does not contain 888, so it will return false. Like this. Okay, so that is the use of contains. Is empty is try to check whether that particular object is empty is what? Okay, it is used to check whether the object is empty. Is an empty? No, it will return as false. Like this. It is not empty. If it is empty, if you don't have any elements added, then in that case it will return as true. Like this. Okay. So these are all the methods that are used in order to go with respect to the or deal in order to deal with respect to the set object. Okay. So this is one more type of collection, set interface, which has 3 implementing classes: has set, linked has set, TreeSet. Okay.